What's up, everybody? It's your Friday guy, Caden, and please ignore this thing on my face. I don't know what it is, but it's like oozing pus, so I don't know. Whatever, my face is breaking out. Anyway, this week's topic is our coming out stories, and I have had my coming out story posted actually this morning on Flaunt Streetwear's blog. And so I'm going to give basically an overview and some of the things I've left out of said coming out story that I gave to them. And if you want to know the full, whole detail, I will post the link to it down below, and you guys could go check it out. Or you can go to my personal Instagram, and the link is in my bio. I will also put my Instagram handle down below for anybody that wants to go see it and read it. It's the whole story. So there's been a lot of good and bad, so it's been an ebb and flow type of deal with my coming out. I've known from a very young age, a very, very young age, and there is this regret inside of me that I didn't come out sooner, that a lot of the experiences I've had that are like big milestones in my life I didn't get to experience as Caden and who I am now. But I also am thankful for going through all those experiences as my previous self, because it's made me the person I am and taught me a lot of things about how I view the world and things like that. So when I was playing Little League softball, there was a lady who was the mother of one of my friends, and I can remember being at the park with her daughter and one of our other friends that we went to school with after one of my games while the one girl's brother was playing. And I was eating my pizza on the slide with my little Coke cup that they gave us after every game. And my mom and this lady were talking, and I can remember specifically coming down the slide to throw my garbage away. And when I came down the slide, I remember hearing, "But what if she turns out to be gay and like girls?" And I just remember my mom saying that it wouldn't matter, but we don't know, and she doesn't think that I will. And so the lady was like, "Yeah, but she dresses so boyish, so what if she says that she wants to be a boy?" And I just walked away from that conversation and went through my garbage away. I have no idea what was said in response to that, but I remember having that conversation stuck in my head with me until the day I came out, because I was so adamant to make sure that that lady was not right, that I was not going to grow up to like girls, and I was not going to grow up to want to be a boy. Surprise. Both of those things are true. So I had gone to high school trying to fit in with everybody, and it is what it is. Like, I wouldn't say I was like super popular. I had a lot of friends, and I was like in the in crowd, and I was a jock, but like I didn't hang out with a lot of people outside of school. Like, I just have always been like a homebody. And my freshman year, I got my first girlfriend. And I told some of my friends, and they were so super supportive, and they were just like, whatever, it is what it is. Like, we love you, and if that's who you are, then that's who you are. The one thing is, I never went by the word lesbian. I never liked the word lesbian. Every time somebody would call me a lesbian, I would completely just shut down and just, I'm not a lesbian. It wasn't something that I felt comfortable with. I didn't like that word. It felt wrong for some reason. And at that time, I had no idea why that was. And so I would just say that I was bisexual, even though I knew deep down that I didn't like men. I would tell everybody that I was bisexual. Personally, I think labels are stupid. I still do to this day. I think labels are a way for us to get other people to understand us better. But what we know about ourselves, we don't need labels for, because it is who we are. But labels put us in a box for other people to understand things better. And I don't really give a shit if anybody understands. I don't. Like, I'm gonna do me regardless. So me and that girlfriend broke up, and I just, took that road for a little while, being the bisexual athlete. I went to college. I hit a major depression because I knew that I was hiding this secret from everybody, and it wasn't the only secret that I was hiding, but I was hiding this big part of myself, and I was miserable for it. And I went to a Christian college, and I would go to my theology class, and I would listen to the professor, who was also the girls' track coach, just tell the whole class how homosexuality was wrong, and hear all these things about how I was going to hell and all of this stuff, and that made my depression even worse. And I would go talk to the therapist I was seeing on campus, and I would just cry to her, and just cry for the whole hour I was in there, just like, I don't understand why people use this stuff to hate on others. Like, it makes no sense to me. And so I decided that even though I was on a softball scholarship and I was playing Division I softball, and I may never play the game that has kept me alive and has kept me going for the last 18 years at the time, 16 years, something like that at the time, that even though I may never play again, I may never step on the field at a competitive level again, that I need to leave here and I need to do what's best for me, as much as it hurts and as much as I don't want to. My brain isn't in it. I'm not focused in the classroom, and sure, softball is my one release, but I'm still hiding something from everybody around me. That, how can anybody really know you when you're hiding all of that? So I left. I dropped out. I took a year off to try to figure out my depression and all of that stuff, and I was just working and saving up money, and bought a car, and met a girl, and we were dating, and I decided, you know what, I'm in an okay place. I still don't want to admit this to anybody, so let's give this school thing another try. So I went to Kutztown, for a semester. And the week of Halloween, I had already told all of my friends at the school, and all of my online friends were already calling me Caden. But nobody in my immediate life had known. Like family, close friends from home, stuff like that. Because I told my girlfriend that I went to school having, and I'll never forget the response that she had to me telling her that I wanted to transition. In the text that she sent me back, she told me that she loved me as I was, and she doesn't know she can love me as a man. And so I made the decision that if that's the case, then I don't want you to love me as anything. So we broke up. It was the best decision I could make for what I needed to do. And it sucked, but what are you gonna do? So the week of Halloween, I picked up the phone. I was just panicking one night. I was doing a lab report in my dorm room, and I was panicking for some reason, and I have no idea why. But my first instinct when I was panicking was I picked up the phone and I called my sister. And which is weird because I don't call my sister. When we were both away at school, we never really talked. And so when she answered the phone, she really thought I was in danger. And so the first 5 minutes of the phone call, I had to talk her out of thinking that I was like in a ditch somewhere or in the hospital or something like that. And after we got through that, I basically just was like, there was a reason I called you, and I need your help with something, but I don't know how to do this, and I need to do this now or I'm never going to do it. And she was like, okay, what's going on? And I said, I don't know. I think I was supposed to be born a boy, and I don't know how to tell mommy. And there was a silence on the other end of the phone for a minute, and then she just said, I love you no matter what, and is this ideal? No, but I love you, and all you can do is tell her. I mean, the worst thing that she's gonna say is that that's not okay with her, but you're an adult and you can make the decisions for yourself. And so if she says that, then we figure out where we go from there. But I don't think that she's going to, because she loves you and she loves all of us. And I think that you just need to be straight out with her and tell her. And I started crying and I said, okay, if I need you, I'll call you back, but I need to hang up the phone now and do it, because if I don't do it right now, I don't know when I'm ever gonna do it. So I hung up the phone and I called my mom, and she answered the phone, and she could tell that there was like something wrong in my voice. And her first response was, are you pregnant? And I said, no, Mom, I'm not pregnant. Like, no, but I do have something to tell you. And she said, okay. And I said, I don't know how you're gonna take this. I have no idea, but I need to get this off my chest because I can't hold this in any longer. And I need to do something about it. And she said, okay. And I said, I know this isn't ideal, and I know this isn't what you wanted for my life, and I know that this is gonna be really hard, and I'm sorry that this is how I am, and I'm sorry that I can't just be normal, and I hope that you don't hate me after I tell you this, because I wish this wasn't the case, and I wish this wasn't me, but I think I was supposed to be born a boy, and I'm not really sure what to do about that because I'm so unhappy with myself that I can't do it anymore. And she just sighed on the other end of the phone and said, "Is that it?" And I said, "Yep, that's it." And she said, "I love you no matter what. And as long as you're not hurting animals or hurting children or anything of that sort, I will love you no matter what you tell me or who you are or who you love or anything. And I don't know where we go from here, and I don't know what this process looks like, but when you come home for Thanksgiving, we'll talk about it." And she asked me if I was okay, and I asked her if she was okay, even though I knew that she really wasn't, but she was trying to be strong for me. And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." She said, "I love you," and we hung up the phone, and I sat in my bed and I cried for hours. Because that was just the first two people. I still had to come home and I had to tell my little siblings. I had to tell my aunts and uncles, my cousins, my grandparents. And all I could keep thinking in the back of my head was, I just wish I could be normal. And I remember going home for Thanksgiving, and we didn't talk about it at all. It wasn't talked about until after I told her that I needed to leave Kutztown because I wasn't in the right mental state to do it. And then we talked about where we go from there and how I get into therapy for it and what the whole process looks like. And it wasn't always easy, and it's still not really that easy. I mean, after I came out, I was just kind of stuck with people knowing this, but not everybody. So I was in the closet in some places, I was not in the closet in other places. Some of my family members knew, others didn't. Some of my friends knew, others didn't. So I started therapy in February of the following year. I cut my hair in April, and I decided that in May of 2015 was going to be the time that I came out publicly to everybody. It was kind of on a whim, but before I came out, I had to tell the rest of my family first because we're a very close-knit core group. And I felt like it was disrespectful if they would find out that way, just like everybody else. So I sent a text out and to my aunts, and I said, "Hey," it was in a group message, and I said, "Hi, I know I don't really reach out that much, and everybody's worried about me and wondering what's going on with me and why I'm so upset and why I'm struggling so much. And some of the reason is because of what I'm about to tell you, and I hope that what I'm about to say to you doesn't change your opinion of me, because I'm still the same person. I just want you to know that, and I want you to know that I love you both, and no matter how you react to this, I'm still going to love you. And I'm pretty sure that I'm trans, and I know that you guys may not know what that means. And so basically, it means that I'm pretty sure I'm not your niece, and I'm supposed to be your nephew. They both responded and told me that they loved me and that I had to do what I had to do to be happy, and that they support me 100%. I don't remember how I came out to my grandfather, but he was the one that I was the most scared about. I don't remember how I came out to him. I just know that I would sit in therapy and just cry because I didn't want to disappoint him. And that I just wanted him to be okay with it, and deep down I knew that he would be fine and that he would be supportive, but there was always that thought and that possibility that the only real father figure I ever had in my life would disown me because of who I am. And so I remember I told him I don't remember how it happened, because I'm pretty sure I was blacked out the whole time because I was so freaking nervous. And I just remember the next time I saw him after I came out to him, he just gave me the biggest hug, and he kissed me on the cheek, and he said that I love you and I'm proud of you, and you got to do what you got to do, and we're all in your corner. The very last person I came out to was my uncle. And I texted him and I said, hey, I just want you to know that you have another nephew. And I said, I know this is going to be a hard adjustment for everybody, and I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but your support would really be welcomed. And if you have any questions, let me know, but just know that I'm me. And his response, being the smartass that he is, said, well, damn it, where are we gonna find another girl that could play softball like you? And I think I sent him a Bitmoji back, like, of course you would say that. But that's his way of showing support, and it made me feel better. And so when I came out publicly, there were a lot of people that I thought that were gonna just, walk out of my life and whatever, not associate with me. And honestly, at that point of me coming out, I didn't care. And so I posted it, and surprisingly, I got nothing but overwhelming support, which was very weird to me, but it was a good surprise. It was a very good surprise. My coming out story isn't super, super sad. There are things, sure, throughout the coming out process and the beginning of my transition process that are very, very sad. And if you go read the post, I talk about some of them in there. And I don't want to say the wrong thing, but they just kind of make all of the good things that happen feel that much better because I made it through them, you know? Yeah. So, there's the basic overview of my coming out, and I have been openly out of the closet now for almost 5 years, and I'll be almost 4 years. I'm almost 4 years on hormones. September will be my 4-year mark, and in November I'll be 2 years post-op top surgery, and it's a crazy journey. It's a crazy journey, but we're here, and so happy Pride. Only got a few weeks left. Let's enjoy it while we can. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe at Pride. Be safe, be safe, be safe. Love you all. See you next week.